Welcome to EPG Pathshala. Today we are going to discuss about the second part of the module Academic Library Consortia. In the first part of the module, we have discussed about the Library Consortium and its needs and benefits. We have also discussed about types and models of library consortia, prevalent pricing models offered to library consortia, and services and activities of library consortium beyond licensing of electronic resources. In this part, you will impart knowledge on how to manage e-resources through library consortium. I will also introduce you various initiatives taken towards library consortia in India. So let's start with the managing of e-resources through a consortium. In this section, we will discuss about major steps involved in process of managing e-resources in a consortium. The first step is selection and procurement of information resources. Resource selection for consortial purchase requires considerable care, effort, and judicious involvement of the members. A policy framework should be developed which operates as blueprint for selectors and helps them to ensure the uniformity in procedures and appropriate balance in selection of e-resources. The selection of any of e-resources is a three-step process which includes identification or discovery, evaluation, and finally the decision. The second step is e-resource negotiations and purchasing. It is also necessary for consortium to make decision regarding negotiations policy and specific licensing terms. Before starting negotiations, Consortia Negotiations Committee and agreement signing authorities should thoroughly review the RFP, that is request for proposal, submitted by the publisher. The main consideration for consortia-based subscription to e-resources is pricing and other important issues that includes coverage, journal offered, subscription rate, dependency of subscription rate on print subscription, increase in rates of subscription in subsequent years, rates of applicable for additional members, rates applicable for additional titles, back files, archival access, resource sharing, open access policy, provision of inclusion of associate members on pro rata basis or non-calendar year basis subscription, trial access, acceptance of terms and conditions of subscription as per RFP, platform fee in case of cancellation of subscription fee, etc. Procurement policy and procedures. The procurement procedures followed by a consortium can be institutional or consortia specific, governed by the standards and norms stipulated by funding agency or those followed by the parent organization of the consortium headquarters. If a consortium is formed out of a diverse group of a member organization, evolving a common policy for procurement and management could be a challenging task. Openness, transparency, protection of the interests of all members and other stakeholders, and respect for fair trade practice should form the basis for evolving the policies and procedures for consortium purchase. Consortia licensing and agreement. Most e-resources subscription require a library consortia to execute a license agreement as part of consortial contract with their publishers or aggregators. It is critically important to ensure that all issues concerning consortia licensing for e-content and particularly the license terms that go on to publisher or vendor's licensing agreement are reviewed and understood thoroughly by the Consortia Negotiations Committee and agreement signing authorities. The terms that need to be discussed are simultaneous users. Preferably, there should not be any limit on number of simultaneous users on any of resources subscribed by consortium. Unrestricted number of users should be able to access e-resources, including e-journals and bibliographic database at any given time. Walk-in users who are physically present at the subscribing university should also be allowed to use the resources. Print independent subscription. Subscription to e-resources should preferably be print independent. As such, beneficiary members are free to drop subscription to print copy of journals accessible to them through the consortium. Interlibrary loan. Licensee is allowed to fulfill the interlibrary loan request from non-authorized users using electronic copy of articles downloaded from the licensor's website. Usage statistics. Publisher is required to submit counter-compliant usage statistics on number of downloads, both full text and abstracts, in a given month or previous month and cumulative for 1 year. Inclusion of additional titles. The publishers would provide access to new journal titles that are added during the contract period at no additional cost. Electronic link. Publisher may provide electronic links to licensed materials from licensee's web page at journal level or at article level, and publisher should provide help in doing so. Print copy journals. Publisher should provide a print copy of each journal to the consortium headquarters. Protection on increase of price. The publisher would provide protection on increase in price of subscribed resources. The increase should not be more than 5%. Perpetual access and archival rights. In case of termination of the agreement or on expiry of the agreement, publisher should extend the perpetual access to e-resources for the paid period of subscription along with their back files offered during the subscription period without charging platform fee. Alternatively, the publisher should provide full text e-resources with back volume, e-journals or e-database for each year on prevalent formats, that is CD-ROM, DVD-ROM with the retrieval software for access on the network. Awareness and training. The publisher or its representative should conduct user awareness program on campuses of member at no charge. The publisher should provide publicly material, brochure, posters, user support materials in both print as well as on CD form. E-print archive. Members should be allowed to download bibliographic records, abstracts and full text articles published by their faculty, researchers, students and staff from publisher's site and import them in their local database and institutional repositories. Jurisdictions. The governing law clause of agreement may become continuous in case licensor and licensee are in different jurisdictions. Agreement should be governed by the constituted in accordance with the laws of licensed jurisdictions. Arbitration. All disputes arising under the agreement should be settled under the rules of the International Arbitration Court by one of the more arbitrators in accordance with the said rules. Funding. Consortia vary to a great extent in their funding arrangements. Library consortium can be self-funded, funded through grant from the government, through membership fee, etc. Each consortium funds its different programs and activities differently. Moreover, within consortia, there could be a different structure for funding the different aspects of projects and initiatives. It is desirable that the consortia devise innovative ways in gathering and managing funding to sustain its activities and projects. The funding models that exist for consortia initiatives in India are self-funded model, government subsidized model, government funded model, and cost sharing model. Promoting use of e-resources and membership of consortium. In this section, we'll discuss about how to promote use of e-resources. The first is consortium website. A separate dedicated website should be maintained which provides detailed information of the consortia. User awareness and training programs. User awareness and training programs is a crucial requirement a consortium has to fulfill to facilitate optimum use of subscribed electronic resources. Training programs act as a bridge to facilitate better communication amongst members of the consortium and find the answers to common problems. These programs help faculty members, research scholars and students to get acquainted with resources, their features, functionalities and advanced options. Specialized publications. The consortium should prepare, design, print and distribute posters, brochures, users manual and detailed guideline amongst member institutions for effective and efficient use of electronic resources. Moreover, soft copies of these tutorials should also be made available through the consortium website. Annual meets. Annual convention should also be organized every year to discuss and deliberate on various issues related to effective use of e-resources. Established communication amongst members. Continuous communication amongst members of consortia is considered its lifeline. Effective communication motivates members to cooperate, commit to cause of consortium and align members towards a shared vision. Communication amongst member institutions can be promoted at consortium level as well as at institutional level. Usage monitoring and web-based support for troubleshooting. Electronic Resources Access Management System, that is also known as ERMED, should be developed that helps users to log their complaints and offer their comments regarding usage of e-resources. It also facilitates publishers to record action taken on complaint, view or track the status of complaint made by the members. It also facilitates the systematic hosting and delivery of statistics of usage of e-resources to members. And it also facilitates users to view IP range communicated to publishers for accessing e-resources. Copyright and IPR issue. It is important that the users as well as librarians are sensitized on issues of license and agreements that consortium sign with the publishers. Users need to be told what as an authorized user they are allowed and what they are not allowed. The issues of copyright and licensing issues can also be addressed during the user awareness program to ensure the uninterrupted access to e-resources. Technology support to member institutions. The consortium, with its collective expertise, can help libraries to select technologies based on their requirement, ensuring use of open system, standards, and interoperability of library system and digital archives. Some important technological solutions wherein member institutions may require support of a library consortia are federated search, web discovery tools, open URL, link resolver, web 2.0 and beyond, mobile devices and usage portal, etc. Benchmarking outcomes. Providing access to e-resources to the faculty and researchers is not a purpose itself. It is only a means to trigger a stronger research and academic culture in institutions recipient of this benefit. Science Citation Index, Social Science Citation Index, and Arts and Humanities Citation Index are considered to be the filtering mechanism that indexes the qualitative research output based on citation received by it. The source article appeared in citation database for all member institutions can serve as a yardstick to measure their current research output, which can then be compared with their output after 5 years to measure the impact of e-resources provided through the consortium on the research productivity over a period of 5 years. IT and network access infrastructure. Network are basic necessity for services like electronic document delivery, e-journal, and a variety of web-based facilities that provide access to a wide range of other database and information resources. Availability of IT and internet access infrastructure is a crucial requirement at institutional level for the members of a consortium. From the access point of view, most electronic resources are accessible on the internet from the websites of their respective publishers. Feedback and corrections. Feedback and correction mechanism is essential for a consortium. This activity involves a closer interaction with the users, evaluation and consolidation of user feedback on the usage of subscribed resources. Resources subscribed by consortium need to be reviewed periodically. It is crucial to evaluate all subscription critically, considering the fact that the consortium subscribes to a multiple number of resources for its members. A resource need not to be continued just because it was subscribed after evaluation. Real test of a resource is the extent of its usage. Moreover, a resource useful to one set of institutions may not be useful for the other set of institutions. So these are some of the procedures for managing e-resources through a library consortia. Now let's take a view of various initiatives towards library consortia in India. The UGC-INFONET Digital Library Consortium. The UGC-INFONET Digital Library Consortium was launched by Shri APJ Abdul Kalam, the then President of India, in December 2003. The consortium provides differential access to e-resources to more than 200 universities and to more than 200 institutions covered under associate membership program. These resources covers almost all subject disciplines including arts, humanities, social sciences, physical sciences, chemical sciences, life sciences, computer sciences, mathematics, statistics, etc. It provides current as well as archival access to more than 8,500 core and peer-reviewed electronic journals and 10 bibliographic databases from 28 publishers, scholarly societies and aggregators in different disciplines. INDEST-AICTE Consortium. The Indian National Digital Library in Engineering, Science and Technology, that is INDEST Consortium, was set up by the Ministry of Human Resource Development in the year 2003 to provide access to selected electronic journals and databases to technical institutions including IISc, IITs, NITs, IIMs and a few other centrally funded government institutions. It provides differential access to more than 20,700 peer-reviewed journals and 10 bibliographic databases to its 65 core member institutions. National Knowledge Resource Consortium. The National Knowledge Resource Consortium established in year 2009. It is a network of libraries and information center of 39 CSIR and 24 DST institutions. NKRC origin goes back to the year 2001 when the CSIR set up the CSIR Electronic Journal Consortium to provide access to 1200 journals of Elsevier science to all its members. Over a period of time, the consortium not only grew in terms of number of resources but also in terms of number of users, as more like-minded institutions evinced the interest to join the consortium. Currently, NKRC facilitates access to 8,000 journals from all major publishers. The patents, standards, citation and bibliographic database, etc. Apart from licensed resources, NKRC is also a single point entity that provides users with access to multitude of open access resources. MCIT Consortium. The Ministry of Communication and Information Technology Consortium caters to the information requirement of 9 institutions, including NIC, CDEC and CDOT. This consortium is set up in 2005 with funding from Ministry of Communication and Information Technology. It is the consortium subscribed 5 electronic resources including IEL Online, ACM Digital Library, Indian Standards, Science Direct and JCCC. Other activities of the consortium includes establishing institutional repositories, union catalog of books, journals, resources available in member libraries, creation and maintenance of library automation software called eGranthalaya. It also provides access to 1,818 e-journals and 14,000 books to its member institutions. DAE Consortium. The Department of Atomic Energy Consortium, set up in 2003, caters to information requirement of 36 institutions including BARC, TIFR and SAMIR. It funded by Department of Atomic Energy, Government of India. The consortium subscribes to 2,000 electronic journals from 4 publishers including Science Direct, Springer Link, MathSciNet, etc. The consortium is administered by one of the DAE institutions by rotation. ERMED Consortium. Electronic Resource in Medicine Consortium, set up in 2008, is an initiative taken by Director General of Health Service to develop the nationwide electronic resources in the field of medicine for delivering effective health care for all. The consortium is being coordinated through its headquarters set up at National Medical Library. The DG MCIT government medical colleges and institutions. Private medical colleges and institutions can join the consortium under the self-supported category. ERMED e-Journal Consortium has 98 members including ICMR, DGHS, AIIMS, NTR Health Universities and government medical colleges, institutions across the country. Currently, the consortium is not operational. DRDO E-Journal Consortium, Defense Research and Development, MCIT Consortium, the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology Consortium caters to the information requirement of 9 institutions, including NIC, CDEC and CDOT. This consortium is set up in 2005 with funding from Ministry of Communication and Information, MCIT Consortium, the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology Consortium caters to the information requirement of 9 institutions, including NIC, CDEC and CDOT. This consortium is set up in 2005 with funding from Ministry of Communication and Information Technology. It is the consortium MCIT Consortium, the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology Consortium caters to the information requirement of 9 institutions, including NIC, MCIT Consortium, the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology Consortium caters to the information requirement of 9 institutions, including NIC, CDEC and CDOT. This consortium is set up in 2005 with funding from Ministry of Communication and Information Technology. It is the consortium subscribed 5 electronic resources including IEL Online, ACM Digital Library, Indian Standards, Science Direct and JCCC. Other activities of the consortium includes establishing institutional repositories, union catalog of books, journals, resources available in member libraries, creation and maintenance of library automation software called eGranthalaya. It also provides access to 1,818 e-journals and 14,000 books to its member institutions. DAE Consortium, the Department of Atomic Energy Consortium, set up in 2003, caters to information requirement of 36 institutions, including BARC, TIFR and SAMIR. It funded by Department of Atomic Energy, Government of India. The consortium subscribes to 2,000 electronic journals from 4 publishers, including Science Direct, Springer Link, MathSciNet, etc. The consortium is administered by one of the DAE institutions by rotation. ERMED Consortium, Electronic Resource in Medicine Consortium, set up in 2008, is an initiative taken by Director General of Health Service to develop the nationwide electronic resources in the field of medicine for delivering effective health care for all. The consortium is being coordinated through its headquarters set up at National Medical Library. The DGHS provides fund for purchase of electronic resources under the ERMED Consortium for government medical colleges and institutions. Private medical colleges and institutions can join the consortium under the self-supported category. ERMED E-Journal Consortium has 98 members, including ICMR, DGHS, AIIMS, NTR Health Universities and government medical colleges, institutions across the country. Currently, the consortium is not operational. DRDO E-Journal Consortium, Defense Research and Development Organization, Ministry of Defense, is the largest government-funded research and development organization in India, with a chain of over 50 laboratories and establishments spread across the country. DRDO E-Journal Consortium was established in January 2009 to provide access to e-resources to science and technology community of DRDO. The consortium is governed by the Monitoring Committee having the representative from different subject cluster and headquarters. It provides access to 568 full-text e-journals to 50 DRDO labs. JCCC service was added to facilitate access to contents of all journals titles subscribed by 20 major DRDO labs. DELCON, DBT E-Library Consortium, that is also known as DELCON, is funded by Department of Biotechnology, established in 2009. The consortium provides access to more than 682 e-journals and bibliographic database to 33 member institutions, which includes 14 DBT. In this lesson, we have discussed the procedure to manage electronic resources through a library consortium, which includes selection and procurement of e-resources, negotiations, licensing and agreement, funding, consortium website, usage monitoring and web-based support, troubleshooting, manage copyright and IPR, etc. I have also introduced the initiative taken towards library consortia in India. Thank you.